The Manila Times. Lights, camera, Boto, the chat show edition.
Rise and shine mga ka-voters. It's a beautiful morning full of hope for the future. Ito po si Tessa Mauricio Ariola, welcoming you to the Manila Times Lights, Camera, Boto, the chat show edition. We are now halfway into our election special and still on an important break from our usual showbiz and lifestyle programs, all with the aim of helping one another make the right choices in May's crucial national elections. But all the same, LCB has that fun and upbeat vibe you've come to enjoy in our previous shows. And in spotlighting, not just the personality but the platforms of Halalan 2022's candidates, you do know by now that this is where entertainment leads to empowerment. Ready na ba kayo mga ka-voters? Let's get started right now.
The Manila Times. Lights, camera, Boto, the chat show edition.
Like I said last week when we virtually traveled to Legazpi City to meet its mayor, ang layunin ng Manila Times through LTB in this year of presidential elections is to make sure we also give our ka-voters information they need in choosing who to vote for in the local levels. That is why sinisikap din po namin na makarating ang LCB in parts of Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao and do the best we can in empowering as many Filipinos as possible at this very important crossroads in our history. So today, hindi lang medyo pero lalayo po talaga tayo from Metro Manila, Pasilangan, as we welcome to the show the incumbent governor of Samar in the Visayas, who is now running to represent the province's 2nd district in the House of Representatives. Only 33 years old, his foray into public service sadly involved a tragedy in his and his family's life. But with an upbringing that has always been rooted in openness and compassion, he has certainly realized he is where he is meant to be. Kaya mga ka-voters, samahan niyo po ako para kilalanin at kilatisin kung karapat-dapat bang ihalal bilang congressman ng Samar 2nd District ang kanilang incumbent governor, the Honorable Reynolds Michael Tan. Lights, camera, Boto. Welcome po to the Manila Times Lights, Camera, Boto. We're very happy po. Kayo po ang una naming featured candidate from the Visayas. Kaya excited po kami na ang aming mga ka-voters na nanonood from the Visayas, meron naman silang kikilalanin ngayon na candidate sa ating programa.
Pick for your biopic.
May icebreaker lang po kami, Governor, no? Because kami nga po ay lifestyle and entertainment section. We're trying to medyo lighten lang po yung mga political interviews namin. So as a teaser, ang tradition ho namin ay tanungin po ang guest namin kung gagawing pelikula ang inyong buhay, sino sa tingin nyo ang magandang gumanap na artista?
Nako, hindi ko pa naiisip yun. Pero dati, kasi mataba, baka si Vandal.
Hindi naman ho kayo before. You lost a lot of weight. Gov.
Yes, I did before. Actually, I was 130 kilos before. Tapos I trimmed down to 79. I'm back. Now I'm back to 106 kilos.
Oh, really? Well, you don't look you look well naman po sa amin, parang tama lang po.
Kilalanin.
Kami po here in Metro Manila would love to get to know you, Governor, di ba? Tell us a little bit about yourself po. Were you born and raised in Samar?
Actually, I was born in Manila, in San Juan. But I lived in most of my life here in Samar. From elementary, kinder until first year high school, I studied in Catbalogan, which is the capital of Samar. And from second year until I graduated in high school, I studied in Manila, particularly in Our Lord's Grace Montessori, which is located in Commonwealth, Quezon City. Tapos, I studied in Baguio for the pharmacy sana. However, since passion ko talaga yung luto, so I then decided to go back to Manila and study culinary arts. Pero most of my life, I'm here naman in Samar. Kasi kaya I still speak the dialect and all of my relatives, yung parents ko, dito talaga sa Samar.
You have a restaurant po in Samar, or paano nyo po na gagamit yung inyong degree in culinary arts?
Nakakahiya mang sabihin, pero I have a restaurant here in Samar, pero hindi ko masyado nagamit yung culinary arts na napag-aralan ko kasi it's more of a casual dining and comfort food. So parang European kasi yung napag-aralan kong cuisine. However, the technique siguro dun sa naaralan ko was the one that I used in coming up with a restaurant. So, ano lang siya, medyo maliit lang siya na cafe restaurant which I have here in Samar. But it's different also to the secret kitchens that we're talking about. Secret cafe po to. Nagkataon lang na medyo similar yung name. Yung cafe ko po is secret cafe, while yung program naman ng provincial government is the secret kitchens.
Marami rin po pala kayong iniengganyo na magluto, no, or mag-business ng going to the food business in Samar. But since sinabi niyo nga po you took up culinary arts, no, were you really thinking of pursuing another career before, if you had a chance? Sa tingin niyo po, kung hindi kayo gobernador ngayon, ano hong ginagawa niyo?
Siguro it's more of I will be pursuing more of the restaurant business. Although post culinary arts, I also kasi our family is really inclined with business. Before my mom became a governor or a politician, she was a businesswoman. Kaya after studying culinary arts, I also studied ng business administration. So I'm more inclined to business, particularly the food business. Although mga small time na businesses lang to kasi malito yung capital.
Nakakatuwa naman siguro. Very, very humble po kayo. Kasi po, gusto lang namin malaman, since sinasabi nyo nga po na kayo'y mahilig magluto, ano po ang specialty nyo?
More of pasta. So, kahit na ano lang naman, wala naman talagang particular. But I love cooking carbonara.
Okay.
For some friends, hindi siya yung commercial level kasi hindi siya yung pang restaurant level, but it's more of I usually entertain my guests with while cooking dito sa kitchen ko.
How you started in politics is quite a sad story. You had to take your mother's place as governor of Samar when she passed away in 2019. Can you tell us a little bit of what happened, and ano po yung mga pinagdaanan nyo nung panahon na yun?
Actually, I was elected governor in tandem with her during the 2019 election. Unfortunately, she passed away 5 months after taking the office of the governor. At that time, it was very sudden kasi she died ng cancer. So, it was very late nung nalaman namin. But as people know here in Samar, we are a political family, and although hindi ko talaga to gusto na personally I would opted to remain private because I was a private person, but considering the situation that we had, I think and meron din akong mga vision for Samar, I took on the challenge of being the vice governor. But I did not expect to be governor in just less than 5 months after being vice governor. So, in our family kasi, we help each other also, especially with the administrative part or the vision that we have for Samar. Kasi one thing that we also value being in politics is kailangan talaga ng continuity in doing whatever na naumpisahan na. So that is the reason why natumakbo ako, and the same reason also that I continued being governor, although I was not yet prepared to take her place because it was just only 5 months. But it was another challenge for me, and I think that I have done sana ng what was expected coming from a governor.
Kamusta ho kayo noon? And it must have been a difficult time to adjust to the position and then still be mourning for the loss of your mother.
Yes, that is correct. Kasi actually when we when I was still vice governor, not yet the governor, my mom was still in the hospital most of the time for the cancer treatment. Kaya even that time as vice governor, it was a very emotional situation for me while also serving as vice governor. And kumbaga, although we did not really expect that she will pass away after 5 months, but we expected that her health will surely decline. So, parang partly, naka-mind condition na rin ako. During that time, parang mentally ready, pero emotionally hindi. So, when I became governor after that, kumbaga, party nga mas mabilis yung paka-recover sa emotional stress because I had a lot of things to do. Kasi medyo may adjustment na naman na kailangan gawin. And also, I had to look after the province, especially na after I took office as governor, 4 months after COVID happened naman. So parang medyo partly parang napabilis yung paka-get over sa nangyari kay mom.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your mom, Governor, if you don't mind?
As a mother, she was very strict to us because we come from a Chinese family and medyo conservative yung mom ko. Conservative in the values of a family, but as a person or a politician or a public servant, she was very, very generous. People, I think, remember her as the Santa Claus because she really has that way of when she goes to the barangays and and meet people that kumbaga excited lagi yung mga tao because she was known for her generosity. Kumbaga, she gives whatever she can. And also, my mom was always a forgiving person. So, siya, para bang, politics. Politics naman is, parang dalawang nag-uumpugan lagi, di ba? And those that opposes you, nandiyan lahat ng issues. Pero, yung mom ko was a very forgiving person. And that's the reason why that I think na people still remember her that way. And even if in her death, wala naman, kumbaga, people remembers her as a good person.
COVID happened and you really needed to step up. But what do you always bring with you to these situations that is an example or a lesson that came from your mom?
To treat the people fairly and to treat them as your own, as a brother, as a children in her case, but siguro as a brother, as a sister to me, as a sibling, na to treat them with respect even if, even those that opposes you. Siguro yun yung best na natutunan ko from her and never na magtanim ng sama ng loob. In terms of administration naman, she always says that sometimes people get bored of what you are doing. So you have to spice up din ng konti. You have to work hard to give time to organizing your thoughts on what you will do. But you should always give time also for yourself to rest para fresh ka ulit kinabukasan and to move on to more challenging situations kaya kaya mong i-face yun. So siguro yun yung mga natutunan ko talaga from coming from her na nagagamit ko pa rin until ngayon.
Sa tingin ko po, meron kayong nakitang fulfillment in being in public service that has made you stay on, diba? Because now you are continuing a life in public service and running as congressman of the 2nd District. But before you answer that, Governor, we will be right back on Lights, Camera, Boto.
The Manila Times. Lights, Camera, Boto, the Chat Show Edition. Kilatisin.
We're back on Lights, Camera, Boto at bago natin kilatisin ang mga plano ni Governor Michael Tan para sa 2nd District ng Samar, let's return to our hanging question. you must have found something very fulfilling or something that you really liked in a public service that has made you want to stay on and continue serving the people of Samar. Ano po yon, Governor?
First and foremost, yung nakita ko siguro that I decided to continue is that little by little, na-feel ko yung change that I have brought upon dito sa province from the employees of the capital na medyo mas na-organize ko. Kasi I'm very particular with a systematic approach. Parang, because I was more of a private person and managing my own business, kaya gusto ko i-streamline yung processes. And I think I have been successful at some point doon. Although hindi pa rin perfect. Secondly, nararamdaman ko rin yung the development that partly I have brought upon to the community level, especially in terms of health, in terms of infrastructure, particularly the roads, as well as the livelihood that we have worked so hard for, and the human development also that we have made a flagship also of my administration, the Sira Kabataan, which is focused on youth development and empowerment. So those are the things that I was that made me decide to continue to serve the people. Hopefully, if I get elected as congressman of the 2nd District.
Politicians po, they finish their 3 terms, diba? But bakit po naisip nyo na po na mag-move on to legislation?
I am very keen on the systematic approach, as I've mentioned. And I think that some legislation needs to be in place for the national level for it to be implemented down to the local level. I have noticed a lot of, I cannot really say that it's flaws, but I have noticed that some legislations needs to be enacted para makatulong din tayo, especially when we're talking about human development also. Siguro, that made me decide to run for the office of a legislator, a local legislator representing the 2nd District of Samar. And also, I had to consider also that my sister, the governor before and now congresswoman of the 2nd District, had a lot of experience as governor. She had 9 years na naging governor. And I think that Samar will also continue to thrive under her leadership. So those are the things that made me decide.
You mentioned earlier one of your projects is youth development. And of course, I will have to say that we have a very young governor with us today. I believe, if you don't mind me saying, you're only 33 according to our research. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, that is correct. I am 33 now.
Napakabata niyo pa ho. So, you were in your 20s when you actually had to suddenly take care of an entire province, no? Did your age ever serve as a hindrance sa inyo po as you were getting accustomed to the job? Were there people na hindi maniniwala just because of your age? And how are you able to convince them that, despite my age, I can do this and I'm right for the job?
I don't think naman na naging hindrance siya. In fact, feeling ko nga naging advantage. In the sense na parang I still have more energy than siguro as compared to when I am 50 or 60. So para siya siguro naging advantage din. You can still go around to the barangays and to the far communities na hindi masyadong napapagod. So I think naging advantage yun for me. As to naman to the discipline of being governor and pagiging mag-administer as governor, siguro it's not about the age, it's about the character that you have and how people view you as you, not without the age. So siguro that's the reason why siguro that hindi rin ako nahirapan gaan.
I was just going to say earlier on that you remember your mother saying that you have to spice things up, no? Para hindi naman boring ang mga ginagawa ng gobyerno. And is that something that you've done? I mean, if you can tell us about some projects that are really innovative, and I would attribute, of course, to your age, 'di ba? Kasi mas maraming mga bagong idea tayo. Nasasali ako, tayong mga nakakabata, mas may mga innovative ideas. So how did that all come out sa inyo pong pagiging gobernador?
One of the things that I have na mention ko to spice things up is on how we present the programs to the people. Not exactly changing the program itself, but on how it is being presented to the people. So part of that, I have this online raffle thing every week and every Friday that I've been doing for quite some time, even before the filing and everything. Na partly I report to the people on what I am doing as a governor and to update them on the programs and projects that we have here in the province for them to get informed. But also, madami rin sumasali kasi it's an online raffle thing na natutuwa rin ako na partly in that sense I can help also. Tapos, some of the programs here that were never really hindi pa naumpisahan or hindi pa nagawa ko rin. Yun din yung nag-spice up ng konti sa administration ko. So, those are the things that I can say that I have partly spiced things up. Konti lang naman, hindi naman sobra talaga.
Okay naman yun dahil, talaga naman kailangan ng konting excitement din ang buhay ng mga tao. But what I love about what you have said is that you were able to involve even the youth, to participate in community building, in working towards better Samar. Usually when you say the Visayas, ang naiisip namin agad Cebu because, yung capital and all that. But what are you most proud of in Samar? How would you describe the province?
Well, Samar is a very beautiful place. Una, masasarap yung pagkain namin. That's the reason why that we made yung secret kitchens of Samar. Kasi every time that I have friends who comes here, who visits me in Samar, lagi nilang nanonotice yung masarap na food, which is in Pampanga. Di ba? Parang yun naman yung popular is Pampanga, Cebu lechon and everything. Pero dito rin naman, I think that the food is very good. Yung mga foreigners naman loves caving, so madami pong mga caves dito. At saka yung rivers. So siguro yun yung masasabi ko that they can visit us because of that. Na masarap na pagkain, magandang rivers, malinis na rivers, malalaking caves kung sino na yung mga gustong mag-caving, and of course yung hospitable na mga tao.
Adventure awaits everyone pala in Samar, not just in the caves pero sa pagkain din dahil masarap ding mag-food trip diyan. If there was something po that you think you would add on to yung trademark po ng Samar that you could work on, what would you like it to be known for?
Samar is a very big province. In fact, Samar Island, although this is 3 provinces, is the 3rd largest island in the Philippines. So, one thing that we can also, na hindi pa nagagawa talaga, is pagkaroon talaga dito ng mga economic zones. Gusto ko sana na yung Samar is maging home ng mga gustong mag-retire. Yun yung gusto ko talagang gawin dito sa Samar. So, actually, we're going to that. May mga initiatives kami na gawin yun. In fact, we have been tirelessly doing na i-improve yung health services para syempre kung mga elderly yung pupunta dito at saka mag-decide to stay here, kailangan talaga. Pero gusto ko sana yun para na rin further ma-promote din yung tourism ng Samar. We strongly believe that Samar na yung tourism yung magiging reason kung paano kami magpa-prosper talaga dito. Especially that Samar Island Natural Park is here. It's a big place na na hindi siya, kumbaga, virgin pa yung forest na yun. So, maganda rin puntahan yun.
Nung pandemic, Gov, how was it in Samar? Kamusta po kayo nung pandemic? Dahil nga ba parang malawak siya, malinis siya, did you all feel the pandemic over there, or thankfully not so much?
I think I haven't been there actually nung pandemic time. Pero as what I have heard sa mga kaibigan ko na taga doon, hindi talaga nila nararamdaman yung pandemic doon. In fact, 0 cases nga doon eh. Meron lang naman mga cases dito, mostly in the central areas, yung Catbalogan, which is the capital, Calbayog, and some localities na medyo malaki yung population. But sa mga areas na yun, yung na-mention ko kanina, 0 cases, and they live a normal life even that time of the pandemic. Kaya nga hindi nila maintindihan kung bakit pinapag-face mask sila noon. Kasi wala namang cases, sila naman nandun.
But at least, no, it's parang heartening to know naman na may mga kababayan tayo na hindi naman nahirapan nung pandemic, no? At nagtuloy-tuloy po ang kanilang buhay. Dumako naman po tayo doon sa pagiging congressman po ng 2nd District, no? So what does the 2nd District of Samar cover?
15 municipalities and the capital, yung 16th is the city of Catbalogan. So this has around 540 plus barangays, 520 plus barangays pala. Dito sa 2nd District, and then nandito rin yung major economic na activity, which is in Catbalogan City. So yun yung composition ng 2nd District.
What do you see are the areas where you can help to develop or better the lives din also of the people of Samar, specifically in the 2nd District, pag kayo po ay naging congressman?
Well, I really want na mapalakas dito or mapalakas yung yung farming. So I am more inclined na maggawa pa talaga ng mas madaming roads for Samar, especially to the far-flung barangays, kasi kailangan talaga namin yun. Yung major problem kasi namin dito is the lack of roads, mainly because nandun yung insurgents sa mga area na yun. Secondly, gusto ko rin magkaroon ng more housing kasi as you know, Samar is lagi talagang sinasalubong yung bagyo. So I would want to have more mga permanent shelters dito, specifically sa mga informal settlements dito. So yun yung drive ko. In fact, gusto ko nga mag-pass ng law with regards to that, na magkaroon yung mga LGUs ng mandatory na share or na percentage from their annual budget para specifically para sa housing and human settlement. Kasi gusto ko rin magkaroon ng each LGU ng isang department na yung pangalan is housing and human settlement. So yun yung gusto kong gawin. Kasi meron naman tayong municipal agriculture, meron tayong provincial veterinary, meron tayong fishery, ganyan. But wala for human settlement para sa tao naman. So yun yung gusto ko sana na i-push sa Congress and hopefully maging law yun para yung mga local government units such as me now in the province, na although meron ka namang sariling autonomy and you can do that even without being told, di ba? But it is not the case eh. Madami kasi hindi priority yun. So gusto ko na maging priority siya by means of making a law specifically para gawin lahat to. Well, also the national government will come in at pagbigay pa ng additional housing para sa mga mas nangangailangan.
If somebody says na para pong may political dynasty pong nangyayari dyan sa Samar, ano pong pwede niyong sabihin sa kanila?
As far as political dynasty is concerned, you can always say that dynasty yan, kung pinapass on yan without the process of election, that for me is a dynasty. But if you are elected by the people, and the people has the freedom to choose, and you get elected, I don't think a democracy still prevails in your area. Pero having also discussed dynasty, if there will be a law that would prohibit dynasties or relatives to run for office, then I am open for it, as long that there is a law.
Ano hong nakita niyong magandang advantage po talaga nun in terms of yung mga ginagawa ng gobyerno?
Well, one thing is, number one advantage dyan is yung continuity. Kasi you do not have the fear that, kasi alam naman natin how politics works, di ba? If your predecessor ginawa to, minsan yung successor ayaw because yung feeling na walang ownership na, or yung ownership doon nandun sa predecessor. So siguro in the case of us, at least walang ganong issue. So we can quickly do things and we can plan sa future din without the fear na wala namang hindi mo iniisip na so who will take the credit. Although siguro even if other people yung successor ko, I would still do the same kasi kung pwede naman na ituloy yung magandang ginagawa, then why not? Pero in the case of us na we are a family, then totally wala talaga yung issues na yun. With regards naman to doing sa governmental functions namin, mas na-expedite din namin kasi mas madali kami makapag-onboard So kumbaga, ano yung mga kailangan ko in the province that supposed to be yung national yung magpo-provide. So then I just talk to my sister and she lobbies it from the national for it to be given to the province. So ganun din siguro yung reason why we have the popular support of the mayors dito sa Samar, because they also feel na kung may lalapitan sila, for example, one mayor wants something na project that they cannot afford, and then they talk to me and my sister. So some of that resources or yung fundings comes from the province, and those na hindi na kailangan will come from the national through my sister. So one way siguro, that's also the reason that we have the popular support of the mayors as well as the barangay level. Kasi mas feeling nila mas nasi-streamline or mas mabilis yung processes because of that.
Governor, the way you came into office was one that was really emotional. I wonder now that you might be leaving the Kapitolyo once elected po kayo, if elected po kayo as congressman, ano naman po ang mga emotions na nararamdaman nyo ngayon?
Partly, yes, there is. Kasi it's been my home for almost 3 years na, yung provincial capital. Meaning, not literally, pero parang it has been, I was part of that for almost 2 years. I've been attached with the people. But, siguro yun yung emotional na feeling ko. And partly because of, may mga kailangan pa ako or gusto pa akong gawin sa provincial government that I have not done yet. Pero siguro yung relief lang din sa iniisip ko doon. It's because it's my sister who will take over. And mas magaling pa nga yun kaysa sa akin So I know that they are in good hands naman kung babalik siya as governor.
As a last question lang po, what do you believe you're bringing to Congress that will help you talaga po do the job na kailangan yung gawin, not just for Samar, but ngayon nga po for the country, the wider country?
Well, first and foremost, what I can bring in is yung youth ko, my progressive stance. And I also know how to listen. To listen to the people, kung ano ba yung talaga yung kailangan nila. And yun din yung kailangan kong i-bring in sa Congress. There are measures na kailangan talaga, or kahit unpopular yun, basta nakikita ko na it is for the benefit of the people, then why not? Yun yung sa tingin ko. I do not fear nung mga issues kasi issues will always be there. But above all, yung pinakailangan talaga is dapat, kumbaga yung pag-iisip natin bukas lagi. Hindi lang dahil conservative tayo, hindi lang masyadong dahil liberated, but bukas talaga on what the people needs and what is good for our country. Yun yung kailangan natin and yun yung ma-offer ko sa mga in our district, siguro in the entire Philippines na rin kasi I will be voting for measures not only related to Samar but for the entire country.
Big challenge that is ahead of you. I'm sure that your mother is looking down on you, very proud sa lahat po ng nagawa ninyo at gagawin nyo pa. So from us here sa Manila Times, to you, good luck po sa inyong kampanya, and we hope that after the elections, whatever may happen, maybe we will catch up with you. Thank you very much. If you'd like to give po your parting shot, baka gusto nyo pong mag-message po sa inyong mga fellow mga kababayan sa Samar.
Well, to all the Samarians, as your governor, I'm very happy, and I'm lucky to have the chance to serve all of you. And as congressman naman, hopefully in the coming election na manalo ako, please know that I will always protect ng interest ng mga taga-Samar. So to all of you, thank you very much, and I hope na together na gagawin natin for the unity of Samar, mas pagkakaroon tayo ng progress, mas padami pa tayong nagawa.
Again, maraming salamat po, Governor Michael Tan. Nakilala at nakilatis na natin si Samar Governor Reynolds Michael Tan, who is now offering his brand of public service as representative of the province's 2nd District. Ang personalidad niya at plataforma pa. Empowered by this episode of Lights, Camera, Boto, the choice is yours to make, mga ka-voters. In the meantime, please make sure to get a copy of the Sunday Times Magazine today to find out more about this young and promising public servant and why he is compelled to go from executive to legislative for the good of his kababayan. Allow me to thank my Lights, Camera, Boto team led by our director and video editor, Neil Reyes, my girls Christina and Isa, and LCB project manager, Shirley Pizarro, for their continued hard work. All that we do is for you, mga ka-voters. This is Tessa Mauricio Ariola, and see you next Sunday for the Manila Times Lights, Camera, Boto, the Chat Show edition, where entertainment leads to empowerment. Hi mga ka-voters! If you haven't yet, do subscribe to the Manila Times YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the Manila Times and at TMT-CSI. You may also log on to www.manilatimes.net to watch Lights, Camera, Boto.